Can you see my screen, guys? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So let us start the session. If you have any queries, I will take up this queries on last 10 minutes of the session. First of all, you should know about trainer who is training. This is the real-time training. Real-time in the sense I am the experienced person who is working in IT industry as a SQL or PLSQL developer. So you will get the real-time training. So every day on the session we will execute the live classes. We will execute the statements and we will show you. So that's the reason it's a real-time training. So this is about like Oracle training. We will call it as. If you learn both SQL and PLSQL, you will become as SQL developer or Oracle developer or PLSQL developer. So let us quickly go into the about to know before going to the SQL. So you wanted to sorry guys. So you should know about the why database is required, what is data, what is information. So before going to know about this database, data, information, let me let me tell you about myself. So myself is Venkat. I am the trainer of this SQL, Oracle SQL and PLSQL, having 9 plus years of experience in Oracle and SQL and PLSQL. So currently I am working as a technical lead in India's one of the topmost MNC. So I have trained many resources inside my organization. So during their internship, as you know, the freshers will get joined into the organization, right? So for them, I have provided many trainings related to the database, Oracle SQL and PLSQL. So I have trained around 10 plus batches in outside of the organization. Next. So what is this Oracle SQL and PLSQL real-time training and what you are going to get on this training? First of all, the first 1 week sessions are free, so anyone can join the sessions. Then you can, after the post 7 day, I mean 1 week, so you can decide whether it is worth it to enroll or not. So that's if you join the first 1 week sessions and later you decided you do not want to continue, that's not a problem. That's up to you. So for first 1 week sessions are free. After post 1 week, the last day of session, I will let you know which is the last day of the session. Okay. So first, the key highlights of this training, what you are going to get and what and all. So first, you will get the training from the experienced trainer. So based on this training, you will get you will become as basics to expert level because the training is designed it like the people who doesn't know from the coding perspective and who are not from the IT industry. So they doesn't know, right, what is the data, what is the people they may understand who are already know about the database, what is SQL commands, everything. So we doesn't start directly from the some intermediate level training. So we start from the basic level to expert level. So it is like spoon feeding. So it will be start from the basic. Then so you will get live sessions as well as recorded sessions. The for everyday sessions of the training, it will be uploaded into the Google Drive, so you can access into the recording sessions in the Google Drive. So first of all, the first 1 week sessions are before enrollment. So I will post into my YouTube channel, then you can access from there. The end of the session I will show you and I will give the channel name, everything. Next, so real time examples. Real time example in the sense. So what during my experience and during my experience in the development perspective, so whatever I faced, some difficulties, some constraints on the designing part, developing the code, everything. So whatever I faced, I will explain each and everything for every topic, for every single topic, for every word you will get from my mouth. That will be having some one example with examples. Those all are related to the real time. So what we have faced and what and all difficulties we got and everything during my past experience. Next, daily assignments. For every session, for every session, you will get the assignments for every session. So we will provide the daily assignments. Those assignments we cannot review on the next day session, because if I review on the next day session, some people may have a lot of doubts and it will be lengthy. So around 20 to 30 minutes if I take that session of the daily assignment part, next to 30 minutes only I do have. So that's very difficult, so that it will be disturbed for others also who has completed the assignments. So that's the reason for weekly basis we have a one longer session. It will be around 2.5 to 3 hours in any one day of the week. Within that, we do have 1 hour daily assignments, explanation as well as doubts. If you have any doubts during our past 1 week, you can ask during that daily session. I mean, during that weekly session, the first 1.5 hour, it will be like content based, the topics based. Later, end of the session of the weekly session, it will be the daily assignment discussion, and whatever doubts we have, we will clarify on that. This is weekly QA session on the assignment. As I said, we used to have some longer session around 2 to 2.5 3 hours. It will minimum 2 to 3 hours. Within that, we have QA session for on assignments. If you have not completed the assignments, for example, if you provide some assignments, those is having some different like multiple answers as well. Those are all the things we will be discussing on the QA session. Oracle software with the lifetime access. So we will provide the software to interact with our database by using SQL or PLSQL program. That will be lifetime free. You can install in your machine. We will provide you the video also how to install that software in your personal laptop or machine. Next, so write basic to complex queries. After completion of this this training, you will write complex queries as well. Write complex queries by using article functions, by using uh, with class, by using subqueries, by using joins. Those are all the things you can able to write it by your own self. After learning the training, you no need any job support, or you no need any support from everyone. So if you practice on daily basis whatever we discuss on the class, that's more than enough, and you can practice whatever daily assignments which you are providing. Those all are the real time scenarios. Easily you can able to usually you can able to achieve those requirements and write requirements in the real time. So you no need any job support for that. So you can won't crack the interview and you doesn't require any job support. So it is next 100% practical sessions. So all the sessions, it's not a theoretical base. Only this first day session is introduction part. It may be a theoretical. So the remaining all sessions are practical sessions. Practical in the sense, I used to show you the each and every command and statements and programs, writing myself and executing it, and we used to cross check as well. If you are not doing like this, what is the consequences we will face is while fetching the document, while fetching the data, or while create the data in the database. So everything is a practical sessions. Next, real-time interview questions. So I have involved many interview panels in my organization. So whatever the real-time questions they will ask during the interview, we will provide those questions as well. We will discuss on the questions during our class test trainings and post that as well. Support resume preparation and interview perspective. We will support the resume preparation if you want to prepare your resume and crack the interview. So we will provide support on that. So you can build your resume with the help of our institute. Then you can upload those resume and crack the interview. So the conclusion of this training, after you get completed this training, so you will become as 3 to 4 plus years of experience guy who is already working in the IT industry, who is having 3 to 4 years. You can you can put 3 years or 4 years experience. You can crack the interview by your own yourself. So you no need anyone to help you on the interview perspective. So you will become as 3 to 4 years of experience, not more than that. If it is more than that, the management they may expect many things from you. So you will become as a expert level as a 3 to 4 years experience guy who is already working on the Oracle or database developer, SQL or PLSQL developer. So project explanation. We will provide the project explanation like how the real time is going on, what roles and responsibilities do you have in the real time. Once you get the once you get the requirement from the management, what we have to do, like what is the uh, analysis phase, design phase, development phase, how you need to move that code into the production environment. Everything we will explain it by using some different data sets. We will take some different data sets, not only this employee and APT table. So we will provide you explanation on that how the real time project is goes on in the in our real time for any real time employee who is working in the IT industry. Next, moving to next slide. Why database is required? First of all, we should know why database is required in our day-to-day life. So I can say we are in living in the database world because everything should be captured. Everything should be captured. So to capture the data, for example, if you take Aadhaar, why government of India has collective information and stored in their database. They have to track on the public perspective how many people are there based on the state wise, based on the different states, based on the country or anything else. How they are indicating the public in the database is government of India. Previously they used to put as a pawn. So pawn is like minor people they cannot take it, right. They have to track the minor people and major people as well. That's the reason they have to introduce the Aadhaar. So to track the public, to track the public. So why database is required? For example, let us take one example. Yes, if you take it as a SBI, State Bank of India. So government, it is a banking sector. Government of India, SB. Let us take as a State Bank of India. State Bank of India is a banking sector. Government of India has decided they have to provide some services on banking sector for the public. So they came with the SBI project. So SBI, so for example, if anyone, any public people or anyone, they have visited to the SBI branch, and they wanted to open one account. They wanted to open the account. So when they open the account, if they want to open the account, so the SBI, they will provide one form to fill the customer. Customer is in the sense here who is came for the branch to create their account. They are the customers for customer or client, both are same. They are the customers or client for the SBA. Those are the public people for the government of India. So if they are visited and they asked us, they asked the SBI people, they wanted to open the account in the branch. So they will provide on form. The form is having, the form is having, the form is having some different. The form is having some different say segregations or modules. They required first name, they required last name, they required address, they required address, they required the phone number, they required the phone number. Nowadays they are required PAN card also. So before opening the account, they will provide a form is called first name and last name. These all are the things, fields. So the customer has to fill these fields and they have to submit that form into the representative who is opening the who is handling the account section in the branch. So when the account is opening, they have to they should have maintain this all information about the customer, right, before creating the account. So they must have maintained the information about the customer who is opening the account. In that, they must have to save this information. For example, without database, how they can store in the some paper, or else you can call it as a flat files or notepad anything. So for example, if the customers is day by day is increasing, there are thousand people, thousand people, or 2,000 people, something else. If the customer is visited again next day, is it possible to check 2,000 records, each and every one, whatever you tracked in the paper or book or anything? It's very difficult to track, right? Whether the customer is belongs to our branch or not, based on the account section, it's very difficult. That's the reason they have developed one database is called as a it's store the data in systematic format. Why do they need to store this one? For example, customer is coming next day and asking they have to deposit some amount that has to updated, right? So based on the account number, for example, the customer is submitted these details. Account section representative is created. An account number is called 12345. So next day the customer is came and he wanted to deposit some amount in the bank in account. So the the account section, account representative, he has to check each and every account number. The book is having around 2,000 accounts. Each 2,000 accounts he has to search manually and he has to find out the account number and he has to check the photo and first name and last name of the employee, sorry, customer. It's very difficult, right? So that's the reason you need to store all this information. So the all this manual process, they wanted to automated. That's the reason database is introduced to store the information of the customer or any. For example, if you take student college, they have to store student information. If you take it as some institution, they have to store institution details. If you take some organization, like if you take it as HCL should store their employee information. How they will identified based on the employee ID. If you go to the students, I mean college, how they will identify it based on the student ID. If you go to the banking sector, how they will identify it based on the account number. So to save the information, our database is required. Why database is required, guys? Is there any doubt on this database section? Did you understood? Anyone is having any doubts, guys? Yeah. Next, what is data? What is data, guys? Anyone is having any idea? What is data? Raw fact. Any other answers? Sorry? Is information and data is both, guys? So okay, we can call it as per you can move this one as information. Any other answers? Okay, so let me explain. What is data? So can you understand this one? What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is defines what is Andrew and Angel is defining, what is this 18, 19, 20 is defining, what is 10 and all this is defining. Can we understand by seeing this one? Can we understand by seeing this one? Human, yeah, the human cannot understand this format. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is defining, what is this names are defining, what is this 18, 19 is defining, what is this 10, 10, 11, 12 is defining. So anything which is anything which is understandable by the system is called as a data. Anything which is understandable by the system is called as a data. So the human cannot understand this format, but system can understand this format. System can understand this format. So anything which is understandable by the system is called as a data. So now, so now here this is I will put as student ID. Next, here student name, age, then some branch. Can we understand this format now? So now by seeing this one, human can understand. By seeing this one, human can understand what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is defines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is defines student ID. So Andrew, Angel, Priya is defines student's name. So student ID is defining about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Student name is defining about this Andrew, Angel, Priya. So the age is defining about 18, 19. So when you add the student ID and student name and age and branch, so this become as some meaningful information, right? So this data is having, so this, now this data is having some meaningful meaningful, right? But when you add this student id, student name and branch, so anything which is understandable by the human, so once human can see this, human can understand this format. So anything which is understandable by the human is called as a information. Clear, guys? Anything which is understandable by the system is called as a data. Anything which is understandable by the human is called as a information. Okay? So this one you know already. This is the data. This is the data. This is data. This one we call it as a metadata. Metadata. What is metadata, guys? Here, data about the data is called as a metadata. So metadata is describing about the data. So here metadata is describing about the data. So data about the data is called as metadata, or else the data which is describing about the data, that is called metadata. So now information is metadata, metadata plus data is called as a information. Anything which is understandable by the human is called as a information. Anything which is understandable by the system is called as a data. Data is collection of raw facts. So data is collection of objects which is needs to be stored in, which is needs to be stored in feature purpose. Feature purpose is called as a data, is called as a data. So why we store the data, guys, in any database? Why we store the data in any database? For feature reference. So yes, yes, exactly, correct. So the collection of object stored in stored for feature reference is called as a data, or else collection of raw facts is called as a data, or else anything which is understandable by the system is called as a data. Clear, guys? Here you may get doubt what is objects. So anything collection of objects is called as a objects, collection of objects stored in feature reference is called as a data, right? Objects is nothing but either a table, either the view, either the sequence, either synonym. These all are the things, all objects we can discuss one by one. So now everyone is cleared about the data, right? Data and information. Clear, guys? Shall I move to the next topic? Yeah, thank you. Next, so you should understand the client and server architecture first. So what is the client and server architecture? What is client and server architecture? For example, if you take it as a online SBA, online SBA. So whatever you see, based on whatever you see once you enter in the online SBI, that is client application, we can call it as. So for any project or SBI we can call it as one application. Online SBI is the one application in the real time. So whatever you see for any website, once you entered, that is client. Client is nothing but here end user. So here this is called client application. This is called client application. Client application. These applications are, why we call it as client application. So when you try to log into the database, I mean log into the personal banking in your account, you will see everything about your account. What is amount you are holding, what is the transactions you are done, everything you can able to see in your inside this application. So client is nothing but a end user. Who is end users for the state banks, State Bank of India? Who is end users, guys? End user is nothing but who is who is the customers, who is the clients for them. Though those are the end users, because ultimately the banking sector, who all employees of the bank, and all is about the product, and all is the software people who are working about that project. Everyone is providing the services to the customer. Everyone is providing the resources is available into the customer. Those is called as a clients. Client is nothing but a customer. So I mean end user. So whatever you can see once you open any website, that is called client application. Guys, can you hear me? Don't know why this website is not opening. That's what. Yeah, this is called client application. Client application. So the services who are getting from the product, those are the end users. Here product is SBA. Here product is SBA. If you take LIC policy, so LIC is having different products, right? Who is getting the services from the product? They are the customers or clients. Nothing but end user. Why we are calling it as end user? For example, I have entered some my information, username, then password. So once you entered a username and password, it has to go in the database and fetch your details. It has to authenticate first. It will give three times for authentication, true or false. If it is true, then it is go inside the database and it will fetch the data. Okay, the client is interacting with the data. How it will send? See, he will send the communication to the database, then he will get the data back. So these client applications, client is nothing but a friend end user. These client applications, we will call it these client applications are developed by using front end technologies, Java, .NET, PHP, ERP, and so on. Many front-end technologies available, right? So the client applications are, but these client, whatever you see, this application is developed by using front-end technologies. Front-end technologies. So once you entered your username, so first what it will do? First what it will do? It will validate your username and password. To validate username and password, you need separate program in our database, whether the entered details are correct or not. Correct or not. If it is wrong, then it has to populate, please try again. Again, if you try, then again if it is wrong, then it has to indicate one message that you have only one left. You have only one left. I mean, only one time is allowed, because two times is completed. So you are allowed to only one time try again. That it has to come. It has to come. So the client or end user sending the information to the database to fetch his details fetch his details by using front end, by using client application. So how you will send the communication? It has to pass this the browser, like whatever you submitted your details. So by using the internet, it has to pass information to the database, right? Am I right or not? Once you entered your username and password. So how it will pass? It has to be some connection, right? For database and your client application. So the connection is called communication channel. So the client, I mean user will send communicate, user will send request. This is one request. Once you enter the username and password, user sends the request to the database by using communication channel, by using communication channel. Here there are two communication channels is available in the market. One is JDBC, another one is the ODBC. Another one is the ODBC. Communication channel is nothing but a bridge between client and server, or else broker between client and server. Server is nothing but a database, backend technology. Server is nothing but a database. So this back database is developed by using backend technologies like Oracle, DB2, Sybase, PostgreSQL, and this MS SQL, MySQL. These all are the backend technologies. So server is nothing but a database. By using backend technologies, the server has developed. The client user will send the request, I mean communicate request using communication channel database, and based on the request it will fetch the data and it will send back to the user, say by using same communication channel. This is how about how your request will go into the database. Once you will enter details, how request will pass into the database and fetch the data for you. So who is ultimately end user here? Client, because the request is going from client, and by using communication channel to the database, it is fetching the data. Again, it is sent back details to the client. So whoever is accessing to the client application, those all are the end users or customers or clients. Who will access this online SBI? Who are the customers for the SBI project? I mean SBI bank. Who are the customers for the SBI bank? Those are the end users or customers or clients for the SBI. Clear, guys? Any doubts? How the request is going to the database? If you are clear, I will go to the next topic. Okay, right, thank you. So the data already explained. Three definitions I have told. So anything and everything considered as a data. Any information or facts can be considered as a data. For example, for instance, some insurance company. So details related to its employees, who is working on the insurance company, who is holding the policies on the insurance company, customers and their products, or even their address can be a data. If you take example of an insurance company, they have to store their employee information and customers or product information and address, everything. Those all can be considered as a data. So data can be in any form. It's not like a text. It is a text message or image or video or document or single character. Data can be in any form. So we will call it as our data to be take a backup if you are installing, reinstalling your Windows or anything. So within the data you must have the images, videos, anything, right? So data can be in any form. It is not a text message. It's a text, everything like text message or image or videos, documents or single character itself. This all called as a data. Next, database. Database. So what is database? A collection of information, a collection of information or interrelated data stored in the database. How it will stored? Some organized format. So how RDBMS is, all DBMS is following? What is the organized format, guys? The data is storing in which format in the database? As a rows and columns. As a rows and columns. In a table format, it will be organized. Like that, the database has been, all RDBMS has been developed. The database is a collection of information that can be stored in the organized format, and it is easy to accessed and managed and update. So the user can be easily accessed to the database by using SQL or PLSQL, and he can manipulate the data. Manipulate the database is nothing but as DML. DML by using DML commands. Either it is a retrieving the data, either you are updating the records, either you are inserting the records, either you are deleting the data. Everything is the manipulation. So the database is nothing but a collection of interrelated data stored in the organized format, so that that can be easily accessed and manipulated or managed and updated. So the data is organized into rows and columns and tables. It is indexed to make easy to find the relevant information. Why they have formed in the tables, rows and columns? That is easy to find relevant information. So we can call it as a database is a container. Container is a big storage, right? So we can call it as a database is a container, because we which we can store the data in the database. So how it will stored in the computer system, which is stored electronically. So you know, right, binary format, 100 001s, like that. The data can be stored in the database is binary formats. Binary formats. So we can call it as a database as a container. So what is database, guys? Database is a I repeat, database is a collection of information or interrelated data that can be stored in the organized format. Why we are storing in the organized format? That can be easily accessed and managed and updated for any user. The organized format is here in the form of tables, rows and columns. The form of table, rows and columns. Next, all companies use some sort of database to store their data. Any database, like it is a Oracle, it is MS SQL, it is PostgreSQL, it's NoSQL. So all companies should use any one of the database to store their data. The purpose of storing data in database is easily accessed, modified, protect and analyzed. How it will be protect, easily managed and accessed, you knows. Protect in the sense, for example, I have stored one data in my schema. We can discuss this all are the things in further sessions. So another user should not delete or manage or update whatever I stored in the database. Any another users should not access my data or should not manipulate my data. So those rules we can implement it in the database by using constraints or triggers. So by using those rules we can predict the data, then it can be analyzed. So the database management systems, I mean DBMS. DBMS is full form is database management system. The database management system is used in many sectors. Banking sector it is used because they have to store their customer information, account activities, payments, deposits, and loans, etc. Account customer information in the sense they have to store the customer data, first name, last name, data, everything. Account activities, account activities. It's like a it is a like a saving account or current account, like that, EAPs accounts, like that. Payments, for example, we have withdrawal 1,000 rupees in the ATM, that should be updated in your account, right, in your account balance, otherwise there is no meaning. So how it will be updated? There will be some automated programs. So we can write those programs by using PLSQL to automate it. So those can be implemented by using PLSQL. So payment section they have to track it. Then deposits and loans, etc. So airlines they will use for reservation and schedule information. Universities they use it for student information and course registrations, colleges, and grades. Telecommunications, I mean this networks for bills informations and call records, maintaining balances, and finance sector, sales sector, manufacturing sector, HR management. So these all sectors will be used database to store their information based on their business needs. Banking sector is having some different from different from different sectors like customers account payments. Airlines is having different reservation based on their needs, based on business. They will use the database. So we can use the databases for any sector based on their business needs. Clear, guys? Any doubts? Anyone is having any doubts? What is database? Okay, thank you. Next. So all DBMS are relational database management system. All database management systems are all DBMS are relational database management system. So DBMS is nothing but D, yeah, yes, please. Based on the maintenance of that there is no limit, guys. We can extend it based on the maintenance of organization. They will decide how much space they required. For example, if you take one organization, for us it's free of cost. For organization level, they have to maintain the along with the real-time version of product ID. So they have to maintain the which database. For example, we will call it as Oracle. Why we will call it as Oracle database? It is belongs to the Oracle company, Oracle corporation. So if your organization is maintaining the Oracle database, you have to pay some cost for the database for the Oracle corporation. Based on the extension of size, the cost will be decided by the Oracle corporation. If you take it as MS SQL, it is Microsoft product. So if your organization is maintaining MS SQL database, then we have to the organize you have to pay some amount for the maintaining the database to the Microsoft product. Based on your business needs, you can extend the database. There is no limit. Clear? No, the based on the for example, they have to store some particular years. They will store it. After that, they no need to eat. How the products are, we have every 1 year we have to renewal. Like that, they are also some. It's not a fixed date. They have to rental wise. They will pay based on the agreement how they have followed. They will follow it. Some people based on the database size they will follow. Some people they will follow years wise. Based on their business need they will decide, and they will do the agreements with the they different products like Microsoft product or Oracle product. PostgreSQL is the Postgre product. Like that they will decide it based on the agreements. Okay, so DBMS is nothing but collection of interrelated data, is called as a DBMS, database management system. So all database management systems are RDBMS, relational database management system. Before relational database management system, we do have entity relationship database management system, everything. But there are some limitations for that. So one by one they have made it as a relational database system. That is different story. That's we doesn't require. So the people who are learning in college stage they required it. Okay. DBMS is the relational database management system. So database is a relational database management system is a program that allows you to create and update and administrator in the relational database. That means how the database management system will provide. It will allow you to create the database and update the database and modify the database and delete the database and and updating the database. So it will allow you to do the all events, create the database, delete the database, update the database, and renaming and removing the database from the database. So DBMS is a database management system which will provide some systematic method for all these events: create, update, delete. These all are the insert. These all are the things. Insert is a nothing but create the database. Update is nothing but updating the database. Delete is nothing but deleting the database. Okay. So in our market, there are some different popular RDBMS are there. MS MySQL, SQL Server, MS SQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL. There are many. Okay. DBMS is a database management system. Relational database management system is that allows any user to create, update, delete, insert for everything. How data is stored in the RDBMS? In RDBMS, data stored in multiple tables. The table can have rows and columns. Different table will be related to the each other. Why do we call it as relational database? Is all data which you are insert, which you are storing in the database, those are all are interrelated. One and one to each other. Related to the each other. There are some relations for one table to another table. That is the reason we are calling as a RDBMS. In RDBMS, data is the stored multiple tables in the form of rows and columns. All tables are related to the each other through certain columns forming relationship. So in joins we use right related to the columns. What are the common columns? What are the for each table? So these all are the by using some certain columns forming relationship between these tables whatever we inserted. So data is stored in the database tables. The tables are related to the each other. Related in the sense relationship. One to many or many to many. That is the reason we are calling as a RDBMS. Next, how it will be? This is one table. This is one table. See, one table to another table relation. One table to another table relation. One table to another table. So see, this table is having two relationship, this table is having one relationship. There is no limit, one table can have many relationship or one table can have one relationship. So how the rdbms is relational database management system stored it. See, for example, if you take customer id, order id, product id, order id, product id. See, for example, customer information you have stored like this: customer id, customer name, age. Orders information stored this table, product information stored this table. You can observe there must be a one relationship all the database. See, customer id is one relationship here. Here product id is the relationship. This is how data stored in the relational database management system. Next, you may have the doubt, is SQL is the different across these different RDBMSs. Everyone have doubt, is SQL different across the different RDBMS? You may get doubt, the SQL is a different for every RDBMS. No, the functionality the of the SQL, everything is the same for all technologies. SQL is the common language for all technologies. So why they have introduced these many product? There are different organizations. Oracle has developed their product is Oracle. Postgre developed their product as PostgreSQL. Microsoft developed their product as MS SQL. So different organizations, how for in detailization UPI section now, how many UPIs are came into the in present situation. You like phone pay, google, ICC pay, HDFC UPI pay, like that. Their different their own products how they have introduced, or the in technologies also, all organizations are introduce their own products as their product, different product names. The SQL is common for all these RDBMS. NoSQL, MSSQL, TSQL, for everything. But there is a slight difference, 3 to 4% in the syntax perspective. Functionality, coding, everything is the same. The only the difference is some syntax wise difference is there, 3 to 4%. So that is, we no need to worry. We are using the tools for every code, for every technology to write a code. So in the tool itself, if you write it, the if you write it a wrong code, then it will show you there itself. For example, for Oracle is using SQL developer, RDBMS, SQL developer. So if SQL developer, if you write any wrong syntax, it will indicate under one red line, and it will say that it is the syntax is wrong. The syntax is wrong. So we can change it there itself according to the information is providing by the tool. So you no need to worry. If you learn one SQL, I mean if you learn the SQL, it will be same for all these technologies. I will show you. Okay. Next, already I told you, right? Data, it is a collection of events needs to be stored in the single object for feature reference. Objects is nothing but a table or view or anything. Events is The events is add, modify or remove. For example, if you are inserting, if you are updating, if you are deleting, those all is call it as a one event for the database. Any transaction which you are performing the database, that is called one event. That is called one event. Clear, guys? Those events can be stored in the single object. Object is nothing but a table, view, sequence, these all are things. So collection of events needs to be stored in a single object is called, for feature reference, is called as a data. Collection of raw facts is called as a data. So there are here objects we discussed, right? There are two types of objects. One is user object, another one is the system object. User object, it is created by the user and manipulated by the users, and it contains the user data. For example, you have created one table in the database, that is user object, because you are the user for the database. How the customers are user for the SBI, you are the users for the database. So if you create any object, table, sequence or synonym, that is user object, and it can be manipulated by users only, not system, and it contains the user data, because you are inserting your data, so it contains the user data. It can be manipulated. Remember that manipulation in the sense DML commands, insert this one, delete, insert, delete, update. So next, user object is nothing but created by the user, manipulated by the users, and contains the user data. Next, system object, nothing but, it's nothing but system created objects. So when you install the software, there are already default some objects are there, tables are everything, those called as a data dictionaries. Whatever the system created tables, once you install the software, automatically system will provide some tables, objects, those all called as a system created tables or system created objects or data dictionaries, which are already available in the database. So database, you know, right, already collection of interrelated data is called as a database. That is about today's session, guys. Sorry for the extended the session another 12 minutes. Do you have any questions? I am ready to take up now. Yes, 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 definitely. You will get some different notes itself. For now, I have an update. There is a YouTube channel for me. If you like my content, please subscribe to the channel, guys. The channel name is the channel name is Venky Tech Solutions. Channel name is Venky Tech Solutions. I will ping you the channel. 1 second, please. Channel link also. If you like my content, please subscribe it. So you will get this recorded session. I will upload after in another 1 hour. I mean another 1 hour or 2 hours in the YouTube. You can go and access this today's session in that YouTube channel. If you want a recorded session, you can go through it. Clear, guys? If you need the recorded session, you can go and download from the YouTube. I will upload in my YouTube channel. The channel name is Venkitech Solution. I will ping you the channel name as well. I mean channel link. think Google is taking more. What are the jobs list of can I do, sir? So the job list is you can see in in market, right? PLSQL developer or Oracle developer, SQL developer. These through three roles you can get it. You can list out for this course. Channel name is Venky Tech Solutions. Let me ping you the channel. Wait, it's not coming. YouTube data is taking too much. One second. Let me share you my channel name. Any doubts, guys? Meanwhile, I can take up the questions. I will ping you the channel name. Meanwhile, I will take up the questions. Do you have any questions? Yeah, hello, please. May I know your good name? Yeah, yes, please. Yeah, hi. You can speak in English so that others also get to know. Yeah, you can speak in English so that others also get to know. Yeah, you can install it. I will provide you the software. By the time you can directly install in the VMware itself. You can move that file, whatever you are downloading into the VMware, then you can run it. Yes, 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 everything. Yes, 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 yes. You see, VMware is its work as separate mission, right? So, can you please someone access the channel and check it whether it is opening the content? No, no. What I am asking in my is it opening? My mission is not. Okay, can you it is opening? What it is showing there? Sorry, sir, I didn't get you. Can one? Okay. Anyone can please one. Anyone one please. No, if you learn SQL and PLSQL, that would be enough. Um, as a PLSQL developer or a SQL developer, you should know some basic commands of Unix. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes. 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 Not only data analyst, ETL, Tableau, Power BI, any tool. See, SQL use widely used in the world. For every technology, SQL is required. Even if you are a Java developer, you should have SQL knowledge. So Vijay, did you check that channel link? Is it working? Hello. Yeah. Some green poster and all it is showing. Can you please tell me whether it is what it is showing so that I will get to know? Showing, right? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. So I will upload the today recorded session. See, let me. Yeah, I will upload the today recorded session in that YouTube channel. If you want, you can you can visit and see the video once again, or else you can directly download from the. Sorry, can you speak loudly, Vijay? Yeah, today I will upload it. Today I will upload it. Today I will upload it. No, that is not already uploaded. That is previous batch one. For previous batch, it's a different and this batch. See, we may add different points, right? So that is different. Whatever you see. So I will put it as uh, SQL and PLSQL uh, Oracle Advanced Training April batch. April batch. I will put it as separate. I mean separate playlist. I will create it. Separate playlist I will create it. Oracle or SQL and PLSQL advanced training April batch, or else SQL and PLSQL training April batch. You can see the playlist. It will be the April. It will start a. It will mention in the April batch. Tomorrow only. Tomorrow day after. It will be continue 7 day sessions, guys. It will be continue